Apologies to the live audience. I'm a few minutes late today. Not really late or anything, but
I thought that you were a professional streamer who was always on time. It's kind of crazy when you're not.
people notice when I'm late for stuff. Basically, I got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stressful stuff, okay? And it's
Oh no, he can't just get to the point. He's got to milk this for as long as he possibly can. I guess we're in for the ride.
causing me to have like stress and anxiety, and I'm running around trying to do a million things this morning, and it's like everything is going wrong. It's like, good Lord, this is very annoying. Okay, so FYI, all that's happening, and what I want to do is cover some of this stuff for you guys today to let know what's going on. It's like not one thing, there's like multiple things that I'm trying to juggle and get working and or figure out.
Why is it anybody in your audience's problem as to what you have going on at home? You're supposed to be a professional streamer, aren't you?
And it's very stressful for me today. It is. So what I'd like to do on today's show is very calmly sit back, relax, talk about each thing one by one, and let's discuss and try to figure out a solution together here on the show.
Why is it everyone else's job to help you come up with a solution for your stressors?
Okay? That's really, I don't want to be here ranting, raving, freaking out about certain things. What I find many times is that sitting here on the podcast discussing topics with all of you, it's first of all, it's cathartic because I get to get it off my chest of what's going on. That's number one. But number two, we brainstorm solutions together many times.
Or you put pity on your audience and then you expect them to help you out of whatever situation is stressing you out.
During this show with the live audience, we've come to creative conclusions and or good ideas together. And so that's really what I want to do today with the three big things going on. The first one I could just...
Oh my gosh, it's been 2 minutes and he's finally getting to the point.
Get out of the way right away. YouTube is having all kinds of issues right now. This morning, well, let me put it this way, overnight into this morning, I was trying to read comments because I needed feedback on an issue from yesterday. And it was important that I got your feedback overnight because a lot of the times when I get feedback, it helps me to make judgments and determinations about things like what games to play, what stream to play a game on, how often to play a game, etc.
You only like feedback if it doesn't critique you or try to have you change in any way, shape, or form.
So I was looking for that kind of feedback overnight. And I'm looking at video comments. And it's like, oh, here's some comments. Here's some good information. Let me approve the comments. And, you know, that way I can weigh and balance them. And I can also look at them all. And I approve a bunch of comments. All right. You know, it's later in the night. I'm going to sleep. I go, look, what? The comments are back in the queue. What? Why are the comments? I approved these earlier tonight. Why are they
Why are you complaining about this to your audience? Oh my Lord.
in the queue again? So I approved them all, and then I refreshed the page, and they're back in the queue. So I don't know if that's an issue with the YouTube app. I don't know if that's an issue with YouTube itself, but that's a problem because that means people are commenting, and yes, I can see your comments, but I can't publish them so people can see them.
Don't you just need the feedback for yourself? What does it matter if other people can't see them right now?
So this morning, I jumped onto the desktop version of YouTube to see what was going on, and all the comments there were completely different. Like comments that didn't show up in the app are on there, and I approved those, and those show up. But now I have no idea what comments did or didn't show up. Like, for example, someone was watching the bully playthrough and did a super thanks. I was checking overnight. That never showed up in the app at all.
It never showed up. So were you sitting there looking at your phone all night long?
And I always, as soon as I see a super thanks, I approve it, I like it, I favorite it, and I respond to it personally and say thank you for the support because I am so grateful for people who support my content. And I don't know what happened. So I did get it approved this morning, and you know, hopefully it's stuck, and hopefully the person sees my response. But it sucks because a lot of the times I rely on your feedback live, but also in the comments overnight to make these decisions. So I don't know what's going on with comments right now. I don't know if it's a temporary thing. I don't know if it's a major issue with YouTube. I don't know. I'll stay on it, and I'll keep checking your comments, and I'll keep trying to figure this out. All right.
I don't know why we're so worried about something that's only happened one night.
That's number one. Also, I don't know what happened because it seems like one of my videos from Alone in the Dark yesterday is missing a thumbnail. And I don't know why, because the editor made the thumbnails and uploaded them, but it's not there. So I don't know if YouTube is glitching and not allowing a certain thumbnail to publish or stick. I'm really confused because...
On to issue number 2 for Phil that has nothing to do with the audience, but yet we're just going to sit here and talk about it. Hi.
It would just be odd that one video didn't get a thumbnail and it won't say, but the others are. I'm at a loss. Okay, in addition to that, it also looks like video view counters may not be working right, but I can't confirm or deny that one. I just find it odd that one part of my Alone in the Dark videos from yesterday has over 400 views, and another part has less than 200. But it's...
Maybe it's because some people didn't want to watch your gameplay. Maybe something turned them off of the video. I don't think the view count's off.
The same, it's 4, 5, and 6. And it's part 4 that, or part 5 or 4 that has the least. It doesn't even make sense. So I get the feeling YouTube's all screwed up. All right.
Even if YouTube is all screwed up, I don't know why you're spending 5 minutes talking about it to your audience and telling them that it's stressing you out. Oh, pity me. Please send me some money.
And I apologize because when YouTube has issues, there's nothing I can do to fix that. It's just a stupid situation that happens. And, you know, it does screw stuff up. People want to see their comments approved. They want to see feedback. They want to know that I'm reading. And you know, it sucks when I can't give you that. And also, you know, obviously I like to maintain, as they say, I maintain a tight ship. I like everything to be in order.
If this were true, I feel like you would have much better content.
I want my videos to upload, to publish, people to be able to see them in the feed if you're a subscriber. I want them to have nice thumbnails, have proper titles, you know, and if it doesn't have that, it actually bothers me. Like, no exaggeration, right now, I'm looking at that video with no thumbnail, and it's actually bothering me. Like, why does that video not have a thumbnail? I know my...
I hate to say it, but I don't think having a thumbnail on that video is going to change much.
Editor, you know, did their job because the other 2 videos have thumbnails. Why would that one not have it, right?
And if you don't know, why are we sitting here talking about it? Things go wrong every now and again, but you don't have to spend 5 minutes discussing issues that don't really matter.
So I get the feeling that just things in general on YouTube are not saving properly, but I can't fix that one, all right? That one's out of our control. So all I'm going to say is push forward positively, hope for the best, and hopefully YouTube will fix itself over the course of today. Fair enough?
It's almost like you could have just not said anything about that and went on with your day.
Issue number 2. Over on DSP Throwback, all right? When we did our Retro React stream this week of Bully, essentially, I had a decent time, but about halfway through the stream, I was getting bored, and that seemed to be the consensus with everyone else there on the stream, too. Everyone was like, yeah.
It's kind of funny for DSP to admit watching his own stuff is boring.
Yeah, it kind of got boring halfway through. It was all right, and it was good to reminisce about school and the old days of video creation, but it just didn't really work. It didn't hook us like, for example, Heavy Rain did or even Dark Souls 1 did. And I was like, all right, what we'll do is we'll do a poll, and people will vote over the course of the week on what game they want to see in Retro React next week. Well,
and it's probably going to be another game that winds up being boring.
Apparently, my trolls have decided to make a concerted effort to make the polls over there worthless. I don't know why. I don't know what spurned this. It doesn't seem to make sense. I guess maybe they're so upset that people are enjoying the DSP Throwback channel and showing up to streams and engaging and supporting with the older content. They don't like that, right? They just want everything to be an epic fail for me. So because it was so good over there for like a month and a half, now they're trying to ruin the ongoing React project by basically making the polls completely skewed or worthless. So day one...
That's a very interesting take. Someone who's been trolled for years thinks that they're just so upset over his recent success. Yeah, okay.
That the poll was live, they all pile into the poll and all voted for Bully again, which makes no sense because there were over 500 votes in 10 hours, while last week the entire week only had 500 votes. So unless people mass duplicated themselves like rabbits mating, okay, I'm pretty sure that these are fake votes. In addition, they idiotically left a bajillion comments on the poll saying things like, you know, insults about me and my family, and saying, oh, play bully, and here's an insult about Phil. Like, so obviously this isn't legit. Obviously what happened is either one of my very ingenious restreamers or content creators on YouTube who are idiots, or maybe one of these people sitting on a Discord with another 400 people sitting on a Discord, all losers, just sitting there chatting with each other all day about me in some weird ass cultish way, said, hey, everyone, rush to the video and vote it one way and fuck his poll up. So yesterday I said, we're deleting.
You talk about them that way, and you're wondering why they're doing it to you.
That poll, we're starting over. To be honest, I don't want to do bully again next week. I don't think it worked the first stream. So let's change it and let's have it be continue Red Dead 1, which was the first retro react I ever did over 2 months ago. Continue Dark Souls 1, which I did one session of, and that one did do well. But then you guys voted in Heavy Rain, so we didn't go back to it. Or start up a retro react of The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, season 1. 5 episodes in that season. Each episode is roughly 90 minutes to 2 hours long. And so they're pretty digestible, and it would work pretty good. And you guys suggested that while we were doing Heavy Rain. And while
So why not just do it? And why are you waiting on a poll?
we were doing Heavy Rain, I said, you know, I don't want to do it yet because it's just another narrative-based game. I don't want to do those back-to-back. But after trying Bully and Bully not working, I was like, maybe we should do another one like that, okay? So I went ahead and made a new poll that was for Red Dead, Dark Souls 1, and Walking Dead. So I go to check it this morning. Guess what happened? I mean, just take a wild guess what happened.
Trolls?
So now within 24 hours of that poll being live, over 800 votes. Again, in 1 week, we got 500 legit voters last week. Now you're telling me in 24 hours we had over 800 votes? So these people are idiots. They're flooding there with bots and shit, and they're just ruining the poll because they're morons, okay? So this time I said, I've had enough, and I just closed the poll. Next week, I'm just making the decision at this point. We're going to try The Walking Dead. We're going to see how it works. In reality,
Holy shit, what a wild idea.
I have never watched myself back playing The Walking Dead ever. Unlike Heavy Rain, where I've gone back and replayed the game and did alternate choices, with The Walking Dead, I've only ever played the game once, and that was it. So I actually don't remember what happens in the plot except the end of season 1. That no one's ever going to forget the end of season 1 who played it. Seriously. It's that emotional. But outside of that, I'm very curious to see what it'll be like watching back this playthrough again. Because I've
It's probably going to be very boring.
never done that. And, you know, I remember it being very interesting with the different character arcs and things and how things pan out. And basically on your choices, people could live or die. And I don't remember what actually happens in that playthrough at all, okay? So, I'm excited for that, and that's what we're going to be doing per your suggestions, because this was your idea. You guys came up with this when I was doing Heavy Rain. People were like, you know, out of your kind of adventure-based or story-based choose-your-own-adventure style, Telltale-style playthroughs you've ever done, the top one everyone says is Heavy Rain, and the second best one is The Walking Dead. And I don't mean The Walking Dead seasons 2, 3, and 4. I mean season 1. The other seasons are good. Like season 2 is good. Season 3 kind of really stinks. And then season 4 is just meh. But season 1 really, I think, showed people how those games could be so well written and emotional that then it spurned a million others to be made. I mean, really, that was the era of then, boom, all these kind of choose-your-own-adventure Telltale games came out. But then they flooded the market, and that's when there was a big market crash for them, because there was no way you could have that many of that style game out and not basically, you know, cannibalize each other and or overcrowd the market where there was no more demand for it anymore. I compare that to exactly what happened with Guitar Hero, Rock Band, where at first it was a great idea and everyone liked it, but then when everyone started making one and they pumped out 700 versions of it, nobody cared anymore because it was too much of the same thing, right?
I also feel like trends are something that don't last for very long, and both those fall under trends.
So, next week on Sunday, we're doing The Walking Dead, Season 1, Episode 1. It's 12 parts, so roughly 2 hours of video footage. But the thing is, I typically pause a lot. So I may end up trying to go, like, start a little early and just get right into it. So that way we can actually do the entire first episode on that first stream of it.
So you're going to skip your podcast talking about what you just did? How is anybody going to know what's going on?
Which I would love if we could do that. That way we don't have lingering 20 minutes of video footage, right? So it should be fun. I hope you guys will show up for that. That's Sunday night, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time over on the DSP Throwback channel. It's what people wanted who liked Heavy Rain. So I don't see how it wouldn't at least get people, you know, showing up to engage with it. And we'll see how it goes. Okay? Good thing is it's going to be like a complete session, a complete story. So that'll be fun. All right. So anyway, that's issue number 2. And that one's been handled. So the YouTube stuff, I can't fix. If YouTube's having issues today with thumbnails, with approving of comments, with video views, whatever it may be, I can't fix that. That's a system side issue. Okay.
Oh, yes, it's a system side issue that never needed to be talked about, but hey, you did anyway. That's it for this one. Thanks, Doody, for the clips. See you guys next time.